Okay, guys, we'll get to the scoreboard in just 1 second. This is game 2 in the best of 5 for the grand finals. €500 on the line for first place, 200 for second place. Neither of these guys going home sad. Penguin, take her away.
Well, you're going to be the only one in the game because they actually forgot to invite me, so I'll watch the stream. Thank you for turning off the delay.
Oh, okay.
In the top right spawn location, we have none other than the Blue-Zerg player, Team Liquid's Snoot.
Oh, I didn't realize they didn't invite you. Should I don't know.
No, it's fine. No, it's fine. It's fine.
You get casting like this, or should I solo it?
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine.
Okay, cool. Sorry, awkward start to this game, guys. His opponent in the lower left. He's red, he's terror. You know him better, though. It's Poltt.
And game 1 was far from convincing for him. It was a sick back and forth game for both of them. And if we get to see 2 more games like that, first of all, I'll be very hungry by the end of that. And second of all, that'll be sick.
Yeah, I mean, it's... I used the word determination that game, and I think it best describes how Snoot played, because every battle, every Widowmine hit, I mean, it slowly went from being so heavily in his favor to, over the course of almost 15 minutes, just getting beaten back slowly, a little bit methodically, chipping away was Poltt at Snoot's armor, and finally it broke.
Yeah, I mean, really well played by both players. I mean, Snoot played really well to hold on for so long, to get himself a nice lead at the beginning, and then to hold on so long afterwards. But as you said, Poltt methodically dismantling him one step at a time. Really
if there's ever a game to use the example of Widowmines being pretty good, I think that's one of them, though. The minefield was spread out so perfectly. I can't get over that because so many Terran players, even the top-notch ones, in a panic situation, they'll just burrow everything. They don't want to spread it out. They got to do it.
That's a great example of a game because it not only shows how you're supposed to use Widowmines as the Terran, but it also shows how you can use Widowmines against the Terran as the Zerg.
So much
Snoot
splash
played
damage
that
that
so
game.
well.
I wish I could show you guys like some sort of graph because you'd see the friendly fire damage go like this. As soon as all the Widowmines started going off. But one thing I'm a little curious about, I don't want to critique Poltt's playstyle. He's one of the best Terran I've ever had the personal pleasure of casting, so it's hard for me to criticize him, but one thing I've seen MMA do that I'd love to see Snoot do is start incorporating a couple siege tanks. I'm not talking a lot, I'm not talking more than 2, but like just a couple to go coupled with this army, because as we saw, a lot of the Banelings, the greatest thing about Banelings is even if they die, they still do damage, and so many of those Widowmines were constantly being taken out by the suicidal Banelings. If you had a couple tanks matched with that, yeah, it's going to cost you a little more, but you're also going to have secured, I guess, renewable resources, if that makes sense, versus Banelings.
Definitely. I mean, sorry, there's so much noise around me that it's kind of hard to concentrate.
Everyone having a good time?
Yeah, pretty much. So basically, I think you 100% should play-by-play this game, just so we're clear. So since I'm not in there.
Wait, what?
So you're 100% on play-by-play for this game, just to clarify. So if anything starts happening while I'm talking, just interrupt me, because I am on like 10-second delay that the stream has.
Yeah, that's awkward.
Yeah, sorry about the awkwardness, guys. I am not in the game, but I have the stream, so it's all good. Meanwhile, of course, we do have this Reaper doing a little bit of harassment, but I'm really interested to see what Snoot does. There's a build that is sort of called the Snoot build. I don't know if that's the official name, but like in our team, we call it the Snoot build, and it's a 1-1 roach timing, and it's really good on this map. Because it's a small map, it's a hard map to get a third on, and it's a 2-base 1-1 roach speed timing. And it hits around 10 minutes with 30 roaches and is really hard to hold, especially if the opponent opens Widowmines, because you can bait out the Widowmines, and it's just really, like, overall, I would love to see that happen.
Well, of course, Roach is so very nice against Widowmines, because they're like one of the few units in the game that don't get one-shot by them.
Yeah, they will, like, if you have 2 roaches and 2 Widowmines, the 2 Widowmines will kill both of the roaches because of the splash.
Yeah.
But 1 roach versus 1 Widowmine, the roach will survive barely.
Game paused.
One thing we've seen in the past too, just while we're paused, one thing that's kind of cool is like I love watching people do the roach, like the roach time you talk about, but a little bit delayed because they'll throw in burrow with it just specifically to start dancing with those Widowmines. Because of course you burrow that roach, it heals up so quickly.
And not only that, but if you burrow it, it only takes the splash damage. It doesn't take the hit.
Yeah, it's very nice, very nice to have, but. Poltt's not sure what we're possible. Probably is adjusting or accounting for some sort of lag, some sort of distraction. Of course, when you're playing a high-stakes tournament like this, when there's €500 up for grabs, as an American, you really want to win that money.
Yeah, because Poltt's American, man. USA, USA.
Well, I mean, he's dealing in American currency, living in America.
I'm joking. But like, I think the Poltt is. I think the pause is because he can hear the My Insanity House from America.
The party is really raging, you bunch of nerds. But I'm surprised this Reaper's still alive. 2 times he's gotten away with 4 health. And, I don't know, Poltt, he's going up behind this with a starport. It's nothing out of the ordinary for an opening, but I am curious if he's going to stick to bio. I've rarely, if ever, seen him go with mech versus Zerg.
Yeah, Poltt is not the kind of guy who likes to play mech. He is getting a very early start for it. I'm kind of interested to see what he opts to do here.
Viking. Classical Viking.
Yeah. Same as he did last game.
But the Reaper Hellion sort of skirmish going on here, Snoot being very intelligent, targeting the Hellions instead of the Reapers, because of course you don't know, the Reapers, they're only here to soak the damage so that they can heal.
Exactly, and a lot of Zergs have had trouble with that in the past, but it's something that we've learned in HOTS. You go for the Hellions every time.
Ooh.
Maybe you can focus a Reaper if the Terran miscontrols, but if it's Poltt, you can assume he won't.
Yeah, something to point out, a couple Zerglings managed to sneak into the base behind all this and did pick off a couple SCVs.
Not bad. That's actually pretty good. It also gets a full scout, which is great.
Ooh, another SCV goes down, but the Overlord's now starting to get cleaned up.
Alright, so the Roach Warren and the double Evo Chamber starting now, along with double gas. I am 99.99999% sure this is going to be a 10-minute Roach push.
So the Snoot build, the fabled Snoot build?
Yes.
Well, it'd be cool if we could make it happen, but Polt's done what he needs to do. He's got the wall off there at the front. These Hellions trying, emphasis on trying to poke in here.
Yeah, indeed they are. The wall up is complete. 3 queens, 2 evos, and of course one of the queens has transfused, so this is not going to be easy to break through. You do have a lot of DPS on queens, even with only Hellions, if you get 6 out plus Reapers, but actually that's the only transfuse. You've got to be careful now.
Trying to go for that full wall off there does force a cancel on the Evolution Chamber, taking a little bit too much damage. These queens, they really want to poke out, but it's very difficult for Snoot to engage on this. But here come those roaches you were so fondly talking about. We got the 1-1 timing as well, plus speed. And currently Snoot actually taking a ninja third base. I love his choice to do this.
This is really cool. This push is not all in, but it is a semi-all. You have to do damage, otherwise you're probably going to be too far behind to recover. But it's not a super all in, and you can see that he's only showing 5 of his roaches right now. Like, he's bringing a few more, but yeah, he's only showing 5. So this is like 5 roaches is totally standard.
Grabbing a 4th behind this too. I mean, he is looking so good. Snoot is playing this so cool right now, Penguin. Calm-headed, doesn't really care. There's a bunker coming up at home. There's some widow mines. He's gonna have trouble breaking this. Like, he's not gonna cause much damage with this.
He's hard supply blocked as well, which is I think why he's going for the 4th, because like, he can't make enough roaches to go because he's been really hard supply blocked for almost a minute now.
A small drop of widow mines pick off a ton of workers here in the main. Sorry that we just barely missed that, guys. 13 drones killed immediately, and Overseer trying to morph in to try and deal with this, but the damage has already been done.
Dear God. It's a lot of workers. The roaches are chasing down the Hellions, though.
Oh, but the Hellions running away. If he never ran away, he would have never run into this accidental secret base of Snoots. So
well, that's
counterproductive.
Snoot is getting sad.
But you know what? With the 4th base placed where he did, he can start connecting that base up with creep pretty quick. He's still got those queens alive from earlier. He's spreading creep. If he gets the creep spread enough, he's not going to have to worry too much about that lower right base. But it's also not rallied. He's got some idle drones popping out of it. But uh-oh, Hellions trying to sneak their way in here. Do break past the queens. Already frying some more drones. Poltt doing a ton of worker damage.
How many worker kills are we at this point?
23 at this point.
Oh, dear God.
It
you know,
might
this is
even
actually
become
really
more.
sick. And that base at the third location is not under construction, right? It is in orbital already.
Yes, sir. So he's mining off of
Polt's
it.
in a great position. Polt's in a fantastic position.
Now he's going for an armory. It's on the way. He's got all these extra barracks in production. As soon as he gets those upgrades, I mean, right now, we've got melee upgrades and 1 armor for the roaches. Oh, actually, it is 1-1 for the roaches. Sorry, that's right. We did get that earlier. But he's going for the melee upgrades behind this. So I think it's going to stay a 1-1. And the more upgrades Poltt has, the better he'll be. But uh-oh, these roaches trying to poke in here. Poltt going to try and bait him over the minefield, but Snoot will not fall for it. No tricks. And Snoot, oh my goodness, backing up. Sorry, you know what, Penguin, maybe just mute your mic, man.
Alright.
I'm trying to make all this like nonsense talk to talk over the people in your background, but Roach is trying to push in here, and yeah, I mean, they're going to cause a bit of damage, but they will get cleaned up. There's a lot of Marauders here. And the Marine's just going to slowly stem forward to pick this off. And again, this base is in no real danger. He's got roaches popping out of it, but again, it's not rallied off anything. I wonder if he even has it selected, because there's a couple drones still just sitting here very idle. They hatched and didn't do anything. the actual 4th base, but what looks like the 3rd base of Snute also up and running. I mean, we can see here his economy is just where he wants it to be. He can afford to throw away these roaches the way he's doing so. A couple SUVs gonna get picked off, but of course he will be cleaned up by these Marauders. Wood Mines here are a big threat as well, so he can't really run or chase. And some slow lings, metabolic boost, you know, 14 minutes in the game, pretty standard timing. wait.
Kappa. Alright, I think the noise should be okay now. Anyway.
Cool.
This is, like, this link speed timing, as you said, really a little bit funny. It should be done by the time he's 34.
Yeah, he's engaging with it right now. One of mine's trying to burrow, but without those tunneling claws, take a very long time to get under the ground.
Yeah, he actually did a little bit of damage to the army there with the Widow Mine, so not bad hits, but the roaches did take quite a big amount of damage there. So Poltt holding on to that 3rd pretty nicely, and Polt's in a really good spot this game. He's in an amazing spot.
Oh, so you're trying to get through this wall, but the Widow Mine's going to rearm soon. He's got to be careful how long he stays here. So many Zerglings on the verge of death, and I'm not sure they even knew it. And the Ultralisk Cavern already on the way. We've got some Infestors out in the field, but again, Snute, I feel he's got some misrallying going on this game. A lot of his units idle around his hatcheries. Could really cost him later on.
I'm not sure if he realizes how heavily he's droning up. He's up to 87 drones. He's got to be really careful with that. Like, it's going to be really nice for building up a bank, but if he doesn't sack some or make them into static defense later in the game, that's really going to bite him.
He's got 4 idle ones now. This hatchery in the lower right corner of the base is not rallied onto the mineral, so every drone he makes is not going anywhere. There we go. Finally! They've been idle for like 5 minutes at this point.
Well, you know, this has been a really stressful game.
Really big drop in the main.
Drop in the main.
Yeah. So I got so distracted by the idle drones. It's like very rarely do you see players make tiny mistakes like that. But Chitinous plating on the way, and unfortunately that drop also did scout the Ultraviolet Cavern, so he knows the tech swap's here. Are we going to see some barrack swap over to Tech Labs? He's actually got a couple. We do have tanks coming out. Oh, Poltt, you heard me cry.
Wow, that's kind of interesting. This is a kind of interesting part of the game to start getting tanks in.
Well, tanks are really nice because, I mean, of course, it's still hard to deal with Ultras, even with siege mode tanks, but they're very nice at dealing with most of what's on the field. And splash damage hurting those medevacs, but these fungals, there's not a lot left, and he's got a lot more marines to chew through. No banelings down here, just zerglings.
Well, wow, he is. I mean, I'm probably in the past at this point, but this is.
Oh, main being ransacked, right? Natural base being ransacked too. Poltt hitting from many different angles. And, you know, I think it was like one of the ZOTAC cops on the weekend, we dubbed his mantra as just being always attacking, and that's pretty accurate here. Poltt,
you know, he's actually 50 supply ahead. This is ridiculous. I didn't realize how. Not one-sided, but.
He doesn't have banelings. That's the big problem for all of this. Snute is trying to win this with just zerglings, and he's not going to do it. Yes, he's going to take out these tanks. Might push a couple of units here with the Ultralisk, but the main is still under attack. The natural, all those Ultras that wanted to reinforce are dead at this point. He's got one single Ultra and a handful of lings and 3 roaches. Ultras Cavern is being focused down, and that's got to really hurt for Snute. 6 more Ultras were already in production, but still, that's going to be the last of them for quite some time. This lower right base is being attacked, but not to go unopposed. Poltt trying to do some damage here to... Snute doing some damage to Polt's 3rd. But the damage is just not worth it. GG.